Bonjour, bon mercredi. Ooh, honey, je m'appelle dear Juju. I'm going to France in 5 weeks. You guys, I am so excited. We finally are getting the itinerary all settled and I've started styling. This is what I need to do when I travel, go through day by day and style my outfits head to toe. Otherwise, I will literally pack my whole wardrobe. So that's a really good tip for you to do as well. All right, let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. So like I said last week, I am going on a trip with my sister's husband, who is my brother-in-law, but kind of feels like my brother. They've been together since I was I 10? Yeah, since I was 10. So he's been in our life for almost as long as I can remember. And I'm really close to him because I'm really close to her. And he's such a good time. And my mother. So my sister, my brother-in-law, and my mother and me. 2 weeks away from my kids in a few weeks. I am so excited. Like I said at the beginning, I need an itinerary. Now, we can choose to do it or not, but I need to know what's on the schedule for that day because then I need to style. I need to style my look. I need to know what shoes to bring. I need to know what earrings, what jewels. Like, I am someone who has to style every single day because then I won't overpack. So as you can tell, I've already started doing this, and this is one of my looks for maybe a train ride. So I just put out a video. This is a basic H&M sweater, but it's a red and white stripe. It's also classic. It's got the gold buttons, and I thought that is so sweet. And what I want to pair with it is you gotta make it glamour. Bitch, we are basically only glamour. So what you gotta pair with it is, a scarf. If you're into that like maximalism look, you gotta layer. The same with decor. Decor and dressing is the same thing. Pick things you like, put them together, and then you're just going to see that, oh my God, that goes together. There is a wallpaper that I did not pick in all of the bathrooms here, and it is a wine-colored damask with a white damask print. So the back is wine-colored, and then there's a white damask print on top of it. And I'm like, okay, she grand. But I wouldn't have picked that, but sure. She's classic and she's grand and it's cute. It gives something to the bathrooms. I appreciate it. What I paired with it, Zara has these little tea hand towels that are gold and black leopard. You guys, I'm obsessed. It makes the leopard with the damask makes it pop so much. So if you love the eclectic, fun, maximalism, glamour, buy accessories and prints. That'll always kind of give you that look. So I'm going to wear this with a leopard skirt. This is a vintage Oscar de la Renta scarf. It's just like you got to layer. To me, when something is interesting, it's layered, honey, just like people. Okay, just like my husband. He's interesting because it gives layer after layer after layer after layer. It makes an interesting people, it makes for an interesting look, and it makes for an interesting home. You heard it here first. And we paid for Luxury Media Travel. She's a girl online. She has great freaking videos. Honestly, I would just watch her videos and not pay for it. It was good. I think if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, it's worth it. She actually did, on the restaurant recommendations alone, she earned her buck. The communication is not luxury. I like things, if you're going to call yourself luxury, when I email you, I need an email back in 24 hours. That's me. I need that luxury service feel like I'm your only client, whether I am or not. So I would say the communication annoyed us just a bit. The price is great, and she's definitely good with like the food recommendations and things like that. Luxury Media Travel, but her videos online on Instagram are so good. You're going to want to follow her. You're going to want to save them all. And I'm going to give you our itinerary. I'm going to write everything down that we do. And then when I come back, I'm going to give you my itinerary for what we did. So of course I'm in London. So we're going from London to Paris, then we're hitting up Rome, then we're taking a train from Rome to Naples, and then we're doing the Amalfi Coast for a week. I am just beside myself. I'm so excited. I've only been away from my kids 7 days in 7 years, and this is a 14-day trip. I'm going to enjoy every goddamn minute of it. And am I going to miss them? Of course. Am I going to have a blast? Absolutely. And of course, my caftans are coming with me. Obviously, my algorithm is showing me everything that's to do in Europe, Paris, and Rome, because that's what I'm searching for right now. And I came across this girl. She is so cute. But you know what she said that actually got me thinking? She said, wine and charcuterie out, martinis and oysters in. And it's so funny. Those of you who have known me for a long time or been with me for a long time, or you could even go give it a Google. I used to have this show called The Gyogo Girls, okay, or The Gyogo Show. It was my best friend, and we got together and we talked about what was in and what was out. Gyogo is an acronym, get in or get out. While I was doing it, this is like some backstory honest shit. I was in my 30s already, I think, maybe in my late 20s. And I thought, I don't want to be talking about this in my 40s. I don't want to be talking about what's in and what's out in my 40s. Like, what kind of longevity does this have? I always thought it was a little bit superficial and a little bit silly. Sometimes superficial and silly is so much fun. But to make it my whole career, it just was off center. And I'm like, if this is going to be my passion project, and if this is going to be my umph and my side hustle that I like push to the stars, it just never fully sat right. And now that I saw something where she was like, wine and charcuterie out, martini and oysters in, as a 42-year-old woman, I just thought, shut the fuck up. Shut up. If I want to have wine and charcuterie, I'm in. Okay. Whatever I do is in. You got that? And that is the sign of youth. This is in and this is out, right? Like the TikTokers be trying that so hard. Oh my God, hidden socks when you work out is so out, or side part or this or that. And you just think, shut the fuck up. I will side part, wear hidden socks. If I want to have wine and charcuterie, bitch, I'm in. If I want to have a martini and charcuterie, bitch, I'm in. If I want to have oysters and wine, guess what? I'm in, because I am in my life. And you know, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them. This is in and this is out. I'll tell you what's out. Telling me what's in and out when I'm a grown-ass woman at 42 years old. That is what's out. Because whatever is in for you is what's in. And I think that's always in style. What's always in is doing, wearing, being, exuding, whatever the fuck you want. I just think it's so funny. Like, and I was about that life, like literally in 2010. And maybe even as early as 2008, we had a video uploaded. It's just like, that is the sign of ignoramus youth, is telling people what is in and what is out. Because when you are older and wiser and more in your body and more secure, you're just like, I'm not trying to tell anybody what's in and what's out. Ever. Whatever's in is what's in for you, boo-boo. Do you all day. Now, I'm going to give you my perspective. I'm going to give you my opinion. That's why we're here to tune into this, because I'm telling you what's going on in the life and giving you my funny perspective on things. So I was thinking about something today that made me start pontificating, and I want to share it with you. I've been a sensitive person my whole life. I think we're all fucking sensitive. You know what I mean? I think we all really, unless you're a narcissist or a sociopath. Like anything, there's different degrees of sensitivity. I am an extremely sensitive person. Now, growing up, I was always kind of poo-pooed for the sensitivity in my family. My mom was always like, oh, you're just so sensitive. You're so emotional. And now I have realized that that's my superpower. I was talking to my sister, and we were talking about how antisocial I am. People are trying to be my friends, and I don't want to be their friends. And my sister's like, why? Why don't you just be open? And I said, I don't like their energy. I don't like what they bring. It's a no for me. And a lot of people have told me this a lot, where a lot of people want to be my friends and I don't want to be their friends. Because when you are an empath or a sensitive person, you absorb the people's energy that you're around. So when you're more sensitive, you can decipher why your energy is doing something around certain people. And I do this unconsciously. It's not something that I consciously do. But I really admire those girls that have like a line of bridesmaids, that have the girl gang, that have that have the women's trips. And maybe it's because I'm so close to my sister or my mom, but I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I never have. I've never been that like sorority kind of girl, And even during cheerleading and dance, I was very focused on winning. I was very focused on what I was doing and moving to the next level. I say this to say, if you're out there and you feel extremely sensitive, so sensitive that you might not have as many friends as you'd like or go to things as much as you want, I just want to say that it's okay. You can detect things. We only have 5 senses. This world, I'm sure, has more going on, even in the physical realm, than our 5 senses can see. We only have 5 senses, and this world is limitless. So I think God did that for a reason, where he was like, they're going to be overloaded. They're going to be overloaded. Only give them 5. Don't even give them the 6th sense. You can give them in their gut, but that's about it. It'll be like a feeling, and the really sensitive have to really tune in and listen to it. Don't give them more than 5, okay? And you look at some animals and things, how they can smell heat with their tongues and shit, like sonar ability. It's crazy, but I just think that your sensitivity is your superpower, and that means that you might not have as many friends as you would like. And that's okay, because I think it's quality over quantity. And it takes a really mature perspective to know that. And now that I'm 42, I've come to peace and to terms with the fact of like, I only have a handful of friends, and that's it. And it's just like a lot of acquaintances. Acquaintances as the day is long. I know people. I love talking to people, But having that core unit, it's just less than 5. If you have more friends than senses, you ain't got no sense, okay? I love that. I was really thinking about that, and I wanted to share that because, people be just hating on the sensitive, and it's like, don't hate on us, because we can pick up and detect things that you can't. Okay, we got to get into some domestic goddessness. Oh, let's do it. Cooking. So my next door neighbor is having 7 of us over for like a street neighbor dinner party this weekend. And I'm so excited because I am in charge of making the dessert. I saw her yesterday because my son hopped the fence and then invited my kids over. They were over the moon. Anyways, I said, is there anything I can bring? And she said, yeah. I said, do you want me to bring dessert, wine? She was like, actually, if you could do dessert, that would be amazing. So what I'm thinking of making is Garten's Zabaglione with crushed amaretto cookies. This is so beautiful because you can make it ahead. Zabaglione, or the French say Sabaignon, is like a custardy dessert. It's got Marsala wine, egg yolks, and sugar. And it whips up, and it's beautiful and creamy and velvety on the tongue. So what you want to do, like how Ina does, is you put it in parfaits, and you do amaretto cookies, Zabaglione, amaretto cookies, Zabaglione. And what I think I'm going to do is top it with the crushed amaretto cookies and maybe some raspberries or strawberries to cut it. I think a Zabaglione and Amaretti trifle would be gorgeous for all 7 of us. So go look up that recipe. It's make ahead Zabaglione with Amaretti cookies from Ina Garten. It's the perfect dessert at any time. I think adding fresh fruit around spring really gives it a little bit of a zest where you could leave it out, I think, more winter. Now, cocktails. I had a orange blossom margarita. You guys, orange blossom, I'm so obsessed with at our local gelateria place. There's orange blossom, and I just can't get over it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the way it smells, and I want to drink it. I want to eat it. I want to do all of it. So let me tell you what was in it. 2 ounces of tequila, good quality Blanco. Don't go cheap. 1.5 ounces fresh lime juice, 30 milliliters honey syrup. Honey water is a half 2:1 ratio. So if you're going to do half an ounce warm water and then an ounce honey, just to kind of dilute the honey and make it easy to put in a cocktail drink. 15 milliliters orange flavored liqueur, such as Grand Marnier, which it's like a classic margarita. Then you got kosher salt for the rim of the glass, half or a teaspoon of orange flower water. Orange flower blossom water. And that's the part that really gives it that fresh floral thing on the tongue that makes it very different from your classic margarita. Now, if you can find orange blossom, if you have an orange tree and you can actually pick the blossom, obviously that is the best garnish. But if not, you can always just use like a mandarin that still has the leaves on. Something like that would be really lovely. Next time you want to make a margarita, try an orange blossom margarita and kind of elevates your margarita. You will not regret it. Decor. So in my living room, there's a big wall behind my couch. And I have been searching. I'm kind of like, as you know, doing a Tiger Bali, Philippines kind of luxurious and tropical theme, which is hilarious because I started watching White Lotus and I said, oh, here she goes, always on the trends. And I've been thinking, what am I going to do with this wall? I was looking for a tiger poster or leopard. Maybe I stack them. Maybe I do like a sconce. Like, what am I going to do to elevate this wall? I already have a picture art gallery going up the stairs. I'm like, I don't want to do another gallery thing. I would really love to do something kind of singular or that has a singular thought on this wall. Well, life always happens when you're not looking, am I right? I go to the Kempton flea market last week by myself. My husband wasn't home. And I said, yes, I get to go by myself. I saw these bronzed and porcelain parrots. I have this sense when things are fucking collector's items or expensive, I get a little tickle in my puss, I call it. So my puss started tickling a little bit. I said, oh my God, these are iconic. And then there was no chips, no damage at all. There was also a pair of candelabras that were also bronze and porcelain. And I started looking at these and I was like, these are so fucking expensive. And I just knew it. I was like, these are collector's items. I see this shit on First Dibs. I know what these are. I didn't know, but I knew. You know what I mean? It's that sensitivity factor. You see what I'm saying? I got the sensitivity to the expensive. So I look down and I'm just like, dude. And then I start thinking, he said $600 for a pair, which I know. These are like, this is crazy. But I was thinking they're art within themselves. And I'm like, $600 for one pair. And then I was thinking the only way I could get a deal on these, because I can feel how expensive and rare they are, is if I buy both pair. And I was like, this pair would actually go really good in my lounge in my kitchen. And this pair would be the thing for my living room. So what is it? It is bronze kind of wreath with flowers coming out. The flowers are porcelain. It hangs off a bracket. Okay, it's just for decadence, these red parrots. And then the red parrots sit on them that are porcelain. They're huge. They're probably 32 inches tall. They're half my size. They come off the wall 3D. And I thought, this is it for the wall. So I'm going to show a picture right now. If you're listening, I want you to actually pause it, or if you can, see what I'm telling you. If you can't see because you're driving or something, I'm going to try to describe it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm framing them out because then there'll be 3D art. So what I'm getting is Ekena, I don't know how to pronounce stuff. Millwork. You can find it on Amazon here in the UK, or definitely in the US, everywhere. And what you get is these pre-cut foam molding that you can glue onto surfaces. And you guys, it makes the molding and the wainscoting so fabulous. I'm getting black peel and stick wallpaper that has a gold fan on it. I'm going to put that on the wall. Then on top of that, I'm going to put the wainscoting, the crown molding, wall molding, millwork. Then I'm going to put the birds in between. So it's going to be two panels that look like 3D art coming at you. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be glamorous. It's going to be elegant. Ekena millwork. If you want to upgrade your room any room. You guys, they come in like the ready package. All you have to do is buy some glue and then pop them on and then paint them. And of course, I'm layering it with wallpaper, so it's going to be extra fabulous. So anyways, I looked it up. One of them, the parrots, the 3D one with the bracket is worth $3,500 and the sconces are worth $1,250. I just knew it. I was like, these are $5,000 things. I knew it in my gut. So anyways, I did buy both pair and he gave me $100 off. So when you see something that you love that makes your puss tingle, that is always what's in decor, is whatever makes your puss tingle. All right, so now with all that, I wish I knew more French. Let's get into some Q&A with some TNA, shall we? Dear Juju, I love your glamour puss vibe and domestic goddessness, but this is towards relationships. Let's do it. I keep attracting men who don't believe in labels, but definitely believe in keeping me on the back burner. How do you suggest I break this cycle? Thanks so much. Love your podcast. Listen, you have to be upfront. My husband, when I first married him or got together with him, he said he didn't believe in marriage. And I told him straight away, well, I do and I want to be married. So if this is a problem, I think we should just stop this right now. And you have to be that clear, that non-emotional, and that concise about something that you want. Because what my husband did was, well, you know, I don't know if I do. And I was like, well, I do. So I'm just letting you know that. So you know where I stand. I love marriage. I want to be married. I'm all into marriage. And I knew that I could tell that with him, it was just a defense mechanism because he didn't leave me on the back burner at all. He moved countries for me. We moved in together right away. And I think it was all going so fast that he was just like, I don't know if I believe in marriage because it felt like the next step, but we had only known each other like 6 weeks. But what's important with these guys that say that they don't believe in labels is you then being like, then I don't believe in you because I love a label and I'm a label whore. Okay? And then you just clearly weed them out. As soon as you see a weed in that garden that has your beautiful flower, which is you rip it out and you move on. Because you can't be dealing, if some guy's like, yeah, you know, I just like to keep things open. You should be like, that's really great for you. I love being in relationships. I love being a girlfriend. I want to be a wife. And that's the direction that I'm looking for. And at the end of the day, that person, whether it works out or not, is going to respect you so much because they're going to go, at least she knew what she wanted. You know what I mean? And if you keep attracting them, it's because you haven't put them in their place fast enough and haven't been strong enough to switch that energy to be definitive in what you want. So you keep attracting guys who don't know what they want and being wishy-washy because you're being wishy-washy. Once you're like, that's fine. I love a label. I want to be a girlfriend. My goal is to be a wife and have a husband. And to be in a domestic partnership and in a marriage where we can grow and complement each other. And if that's not your thing, baby, no problem by me. Cheers. Drink your drink. Have a good night. Hope it all works out for you. And then you're out. Seriously. The most important thing that you can decide in your life is who you are with. If you're with a loser, you'll become a loser. If you're with someone who's spiritually stunted, you'll be spiritually stunted. If you're with someone who doesn't take care of their health, you won't take care of their health. Every successful person says this. The most important decision you can make is who you marry and who you are with in partnership in your life. It needs to be taken with some severity. And you got to pick a winner, baby, and you are a winner. And winners are decisive, know what they want, know where they're going. My fuckboy that I had for 4 years, I know friends of friends, he's still fucking around. He is 10 years older than me, so I'm 42. He's now 52. Still fucking around, you guys. Just going nowhere in life. Still doing the same old shit. In life, there are just some playboys, and you got to weed them out if you want a husband in a partnership that you're trying to go places with. So once you get that decisive energy, the decisive men will come. Firm up that decisiveness, girl. And how you do that is by standing up to the next one that says he doesn't know what he wants. Let me know how it goes. I'm feeling sassy today, y'all. Aunt Flo's in town and she is snappy. Dear Juju, I love my family, but they can be so draining. Honey, they drain my energy like a broken martini shaker. Oh, no, that's so sad. How do I set boundaries without starting a war? Thank you so much. All your advice helps on everything. One of the hardest things that I had to do was set boundaries with my father. My father was a toxic relationship in my life. He didn't respect me. He had snide comments, and I had to cut him out at the end. It's not always easy because sometimes the people who judge you the most are the people who are closest to you because they are used to an unhealed, unelevated version of you, and they like to keep you there because that means that things are the same. You just got to set the boundaries whether it starts a war or not. How they receive it is not your problem. The only thing that's your problem is your boundaries and your energy. I don't know exactly the situation, but you can stand up for yourself and still be kind, okay? You can be a boundary babe with grace. And how you do that is if they say something snide, just go, oh man, and look at them and go, please don't talk to me like that. I would never say anything to you like that, and it's actually really hurtful. So I would appreciate it if you don't speak to me like that. We all don't have to like each other, but we do have to respect each other. And I would appreciate that in return. And then just sit there and keep eating or if it got to a point where it got a little hot, say, I'm going to excuse myself now. I'm going to go take a breath. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to keep eating, but I need a minute. And just leave. And do it with such grace and calmness and composure that you are just like so used to this. And then you go and you breathe and then you come back and they're like, are you okay? Be like, yeah, I'm okay. And then start moving on. There is something when you stand up for yourself. This goes to the question before as well. There's an energy. You see people different. Those people who stand up for themselves, you go, oh shit, nothing getting past her. Look at that. And if you do it in a way that's kind and conscious and with grace, I think that is just the most powerful thing in the world that you can do. And the more that you do it and the more you get used to it, the more others will do it, the more they will get used to it. And then we will be in a society where we're all setting our boundaries without getting fucking butthurt. And if they're a good person, go, sorry, I shouldn't have talked to you like that. You're right. I don't know. I always talk to you like that. And I need to really look at that. Hopefully they can have a conversation. And if they can't, that's none of your business. That is none of your business. Mel Robbins, her, the fabulous lady, she's always like, let them. And it's true. You got to do you and just let them do what they do. Dear Juju, I adore glamour, but my budget is more thrift store finds than Hollywood Lux. How do I make my home look expensive on a dime? You guys, thrift stores are amazing. But what you got to do is you got to thrift the right thing. So if you want it to look Hollywood Lux, study the Hollywood Lux. So what's Hollywood Glamour, Hollywood Regency? Is a lot of acrylic, is a lot of color, is a lot of crystal, is a lot of gold. Okay, those are the things that really work. So what you need to do when you're thrifting is find things that have a gold rim, that are crystal cut, that give that kind of opulence vibe for $1. Don't knock it and say, I can't have it because of my budget. Everything I do is on a budget. Everything. I do champagne taste on a beer type attitude. I love the hunt. I love the find. And I love to find it for $1, $5 and go, they don't know what they have. They don't know what they have. Yeah, I'll take it. This is like my favorite thing to do. So just because the budget is not budgeting, to me, restraint actually shows your creativity in your eye more than having a budget. A lot of these people that are rich just get an interior designer and go do whatever you want, and then they have no creativity. So start thinking of the restraint on your budget as a creative empowerment that you can actually use your eye and use your creativity to move past it. All right, that's it for this week's podcast. I cannot wait to go to my dinner party. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to report. Your sensitivity is your strong suit. It is being powerful. I think the more that the world kind of wakes up to their sensitivity and seeing it as a strength and using it as a strength and articulating it as a superpower, it will be so much better than, I feel like right now people are in their sensitivity, in their victimhood. And what they do is need to move past it to get to their sensitivity and their strength. Okay, you're a star, act like it, dress like it. Put on a scarf, bitch, just like the Hollywood star that you are. I love you. See you next week, and I'm out. Mwah!